Do you remember what it was like graduating from high school, or getting your first car, or moving out? Were your parents there for you, or did you largely have to do all of that on your own? Nowadays, many youth are on their own, but this is especially true for young people aging out of foster care. Young people age out or leave the foster care system once they turn 18. While some people are ready for this transition, many of them aren't. And this is reflected in the numerous amounts of dropouts, incarcerations, early pregnancies, homeless, substance addicts, and others that have aged out of the system. A study was done by the National Council of Adoption and revealed that the government is losing more than $5 million per year because of the social costs of young people aging out. In recent decades, states and other organizations have begun to try and solve these problems through various means. This topic is relevant to you because according to the same study, about 25,000 young people age out of the system every year. That's 5,000 more young kids than there are cities in the United States. So the likelihood that you'll meet or befriend one of these is very high. Today, my partner and I will be handling 4 perspectives on the issue of aging out and how it should be handled in the United States. The first and most widely held perspective is that the age at which foster kids age out of the system should be increased. Many states have taken up this solution already. In fact, according to a story by Stateline, a research organization dedicated to analyzing the data of state policy, half, or 25 of our 50 states, have increased the age at which people age out to 21 years old. That includes here in Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, California, New York, and Tennessee, and many others. However, half of our country still hasn't made any legislation to help these kids. The push for the increase in age began in 2008, when the Fostering Connections for Success and Increasing Adoption Acts was first signed. A crucial part of this was that it provided federal reimbursement to agencies, even for the kids that had been past 18. But these conditions had to be satisfied. They were either having to be completing a secondary education or some kind of a vocational program, be enrolled in an institution which provides post-secondary education, participating in a program that helps decrease the barriers to education, be employed for at least 80 hours a month, or have a medical condition that was diagnosed that would prevent any of the previous conditions. Michigan has these stipulations in place right now. And foster children who attend school or who work a set amount of hours have those 3 extra years to become more stable adult citizens. There have been several success stories published of kids that have benefited from this increase in age. One of which, in the article by Stateline, was a girl named Jasmine Fazella, who ran away from a horrible home life at 15 years old. She ended up in the foster care system, and at 18 years old, she had her first child. Had it not been for the extended program, she and her child would have been on their own, or worse, she would have had to give up her child to the exact same system from which she was dropped. Instead, she's now a full-time student, pursuing a degree in elementary education. Jasmine's foster family helps to take care of her daughter, much as her own parents would have if she had been raised with them. For Jasmine, extending the age of foster care was exactly what she needed. However, other young people have found help outside of state legislation, which leads me to my next perspective, the one that nonprofits should handle this issue of aging out. Scattered across the country are hundreds of nonprofit organizations which have dedicated themselves as temporary homes for these young people. One of the most widespread and influential ones is called Covenant House. It was a small business that started in 1972, but now it's gone internationally, and they even help homeless youth in other countries like Guatemala. The nearest location of the Covenant House to us is up in Grand Rapids, and that location alone has helped over 60,000 young people since it opened up. They provide for immediate needs like housing and food, but they also seek help with long-term goals. So for young people that dropped out, they help them to get their GED. For young people who want to pursue secondary education, they help them with things like the application process and with transportation to their school. Covenant House operates just like a big family in that they teach the young people that go through the program life skills like how to balance a budget or how to do your taxes. Another nonprofit organization, the Children's Home Society of Virginia, did a study on their young people. They studied the kids that have gone through at least 18 months of the program and found that 26% of them were more likely to have good health care than other foster youth, and 43% of them were more likely to be employed after the program rather than other foster youth. These numbers even exceeded the results of kids in states where the age had been raised to 21. Medical care, education, and employment, as most people agree, are essential to the long-term security of these young people, or of any young people for that matter. The last two perspectives that I talked about provided for each of these needs in their own way. Tyler's going to pick up with the next perspective, in which providing for these things is the main focus.